Entering an anchorage is always an interesting experience. First, you obviously have to get your anchor ready. You have to be coordinated with your partner. Once you are anchored, putting up a storm sail can really help to give you a calm night. We've had several nights that have been a bit rocky. Once the storm sail is up, you can really just enjoy, make dinner, have a little happy hour, watch the sunset. It's really quite spectacular. And then, of course, there's going ashore. So here's Corey in a dinghy, and we went to shore, and you can see how breathtaking it was. Just on the shore alone, when we started walking up a hill, not sure exactly what we would find on the other side, but it was clearly a road. So we kept turning around every now and then to look at the view, which was spectacular all the way around. And everywhere we went, in fact, here we could see the other bay to see whether or not we preferred to anchor in another bay, the next day. And lo and behold, just as we were coming over the hill, we started to see civilization of some kind. It looked like it was completely, that there was nobody, but there actually was. We just ended up walking down this road, and things were pretty empty. There was no one in sight. Of course, it's the end of the season, but just a church and a road and a couple of beautiful. Video of our neighbors that we had a happy hour with. Some fishing nets. This obviously was a pretty happening taverna. I don't know if that's a wood-burning oven or a fountain. We'll get closer. So as you can see the line, the lazy line, straight down through the water in about anywhere from further out, probably like 6 meters. God, I hope we don't lose the drone. Again, just taking a walk going up the stairs, and what do you see? A church.
Here we are at the church overlooking the anchorage of, I believe it's Posididro. It's all Greek to me. Say hello, Denise. Going great. Off this way across water, that's Turkey. We are currently standing in Greece. Get a wind tunnel effect of wind between Turkey and Greece, usually in the afternoons. All the way around to the beautiful anchorage. Nowhere. What's on the other side?
Hi guys. Keeping olive trees company, I guess.
back at home.
Hi everyone, this is just, one more example of Corey and I going and visiting a shore with the dinghy. First we were in this bay with just a couple of other sailboats, as you can see, a few fishing boats passing by, and then within a very short period of time we were here ashore, and as you can see, there really wasn't much there. There was like a couple of houses, most of which looked like they were unoccupied, or at least not during the season. So we started walking up a dirt path, and then that dirt path became that beautiful stone path that you just saw, with vistas, and you probably just saw a cemetery on the side, a church, and then over the hill we see this incredible marina, and started thinking to ourselves, wow, maybe that's something that we want to explore further. So we went into town. At first it seemed like a very sleepy little town. You can see that there are a few people around, and ultimately speaking, things started to get little by little a little bit more crowded with locals. There really no one here in terms of foreigners. We went to the police, port police, as you can see, and I ended up just having to go back down that huge flight of stairs because they were closed, which seemed strange. We just started walking around the port. We saw these little signs, and ultimately we just went down one of the main streets to this beautiful cafe, and before we could even turn around, there was a parade with these little kids, and we spoke to other people, and they said, stay put, you're about to see something beautiful. So we had a coffee and a pastry, and we ultimately spoke to people and found out that in fact it was a holiday. Greek National Day, as we learned, is kind of a rolling holiday based upon when the resistance was at its height in various different villages. So as we're literally sitting there having our coffee and baklava and other things, where the crowd is gathering, you can see the important people in the village on the right, the clergy in the middle. I was kind of struggling to get this shot. As you can see, it's not framed very well, and then the mayor started speaking and recounting the history of the town and the resistance. People started singing in this square, this plaza, piazza. Little kids started doing, their traditional dances in traditional costume, which was just adorable. Different age groups, as you can see, took part in that, and it was just lovely to see. And we just sat back and took it all in, and ultimately decided to get our boat and bring it to the town wall, which, as you can see, we're doing here. Corey was able to get us side two. It was about 35 feet of space for a 45-foot boat. So at first we were really sticking out over the edge. The first night was a little rocky, but well worth it, because we were able to move up later and spend several nights at this beautiful, beautiful port. Unbelievably friendly people, by the way. We just had such a great time. At night we sat out, had dinner with the locals. As you can see, it's just a really cool family atmosphere, especially because of the holiday. You can see families gathering, extended families gathering, and really taking in the holiday. And ultimately we went to a bar, cafe, and played cards. It was just a blast.
You need to go up on the bow, start looking for sand.
I will start looking for sand.
I'm in neutral currently.
Okay.
5 meters of water.
Okay.
What do you got? Do you see sand?
I do have sand, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right behind us I have seagrass, and right here I have sand. So do you want me to drop?
Not quite yet, no.
Okay. I'm standing by.
4.9 meters.
Still got sand.
Okay.
You got swing room?
We're 4.6.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can think about it. Are we still going forward or no?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and drop it. You know when you have 30 meters out.
Okay. That is 10. 20.
Stop at 30.
And that is going to be 30 on the water.
Stop it then.
Now.
And then put that lock thing on it.
Okay, I will put the lock on.
And then ease out another couple of inches so it goes up
Yep.
square on that thing.
Yep.
I really love it. Soon the chain should be going out straight.
Yeah. All right.
We're just waiting to swing into the wind.
Yep.
We're slowly doing.
And your chain is straight out.
Yeah.
So that's a good indication.
So far.
So far.
We'll know when I pack up.
So far, no skipping or
Yeah.
vibration. I think that would indicate
I like that.
it is slipping.
It's good
So,
news.
fingers crossed.
Yep.
We've got good swing room. And what's the ratio of tubs to chain? Is it like 1 to 6 right now?
I don't know. What do we say the water was? 5 meters?
We said 5 meters.
Yeah, so it's 6:30 out, so it's 6, yeah.
30 out rather. So
Are you ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
See what it does.
Reverse. It's holding. It's straight out. No vibration, no nothing.
You sure? We're moving backwards.
Okay, hold on a second, because it's straight out. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering if it will dig in. Because it's straight out.
Skipping?
Nope. Not at all. It's holding.
All right, I think we're in. Have to see how,
We could just hang out for a while.
yeah, I have to see how we are in the swing with them
Yeah.
too.
So you just want to hang out, head and see how she swings, head to wind.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
We're trying to devise a better anchor device that holds the anchor well and reduces the noise on the boat. That's what we've done.
Wait, can you describe the noise on the boat, what we've been
Well, we've
experiencing?
had the sound of a strand braid when it tightens up, rubbing across the bow of the boat. Going chunk, chunk, chunk.
Only at about 10 times
And
that volume,
it's much
right?
louder because
Yeah.
the sound then goes through the chain or through the bow, and it's like a giant speaker. Our
Yeah, it
heads are
just
right here, we're sleeping
reverberates.
below.
Totally
We're trying to
agree.
do it differently, where it goes up tight right against the bow with a line to each cleat on the bow, and then one snubber line going out from there rather than a snubber bridle. So basically,
what are you doing now?
what I have is a bridle line
Yep.
that I'm adjusting. This will then hook onto the chain.
Okay.
Tight.
How are you going to manage that though, since it's over, over the bow? Like, how can you reach it? Yeah, okay, that sounds reasonable. Work. Just don't fall, because that would be too dramatic for the video. So now what?
So I'm just bringing the chain up a little bit so I can take this lock off. And I'm bringing it up a little more so we don't get too much road out. So I'm going to swing to our neighbors behind us over there.
Our friends from Finland that we've already met at another port.
Yep, that would be sadness. We can't have that.
Yep.
So I'm hooking the anchor. It hooks onto the anchor chain. The chain goes into here.
You made that, right?
Well,
In terms of the braid. Yeah, of course. I didn't think you forged the shackle.
chain right now.
So what's the idea? What's the idea, at least theoretically, of the single versus the double snubber?
Is before we had the snubber on each side, and it was rubbing and going back and forth on the bow of the boat.
Right.
Now it is not.
You're still getting some rubbing though.
On the chain, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all bad.
Okay.
then I pulled the chain from the roller back with the extra part of the snubber line, such that the snubber line that goes down to the bottom does not rub on the anchor rollers when you sail back and forth on it. So we hope we have the proper solution. A good night's sleep at anchor would really be nice. We'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay,
Wish
great.
us luck.
Thanks.
Good night.
Since you always do such a good job explaining what we're doing and setting the mood, why don't you tell everybody where we are and what we're doing?
We're drinking and eating. Seriously, we're on the bow. We're testing out our
Thanks.
new anchor snubber and looking at the beautiful anchorage we're at. We're in this anchorage last spring, and the Marina over there wasn't open because we were too early. And now we're too late in the season, and the Marina is still closed. But interest is during the summer. This is known as the jet set harbor, where everyone's out here on boats partying and blasting music till 3 or 4 in the morning. Sure can't.
Like,
delicacies, like Pringles and
Pretzels.
pretzels and Fanta for
Fish crackers.
Corey and wine for me. Okay, so what's the deal?
So we still get some creaking, no clunking, but still some creaking sound. So we still might need to do the blocks, but I don't think that's going to help. I think it's going to be, there it is. Sounds like your knees on my back. That's the anchor
I don't know.
line loading up and then stretching.
But there's no clunk, 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 clunk.
No
sound.
clunking. It's just a stretching, creaking of the lines.
All right.
Better, but not there yet.
All right. Well,
To be continued.
to be continued.